Welcome back, everybody, to Conjury. It's more than the cards. Master the cards. Thank you and welcome to our Conjury Thursdays, where we work on STGs, which are strategy tutorial guides. We do playthroughs of Conjury and also anything that might come to mind. And sometimes we just kind of relax, sit in our chair, lay in our bed, walk, and just listen to me do a different episode. I heard it's fascinating. But today we'll be working on a fishy deck, so this is an STG. So I'm going to briefly go over cards in my fish deck. And one of the first persons that told me about a fish deck was Jordan. He's really good with the fish decks. I am not so good with fish decks. So, of course, if there's something I can't do, I'm going to work on mastering it. So I am currently in the midst of trying to master some of the more difficult decks. Some of the more unique decks, like the charge deck. I'm trying to master this deck, the fish deck, and there's a couple of other very unique decks I'm trying to master. I'm looking for a word to describe them. They're very difficult to play. But anyway, these are definitely not nimble and battle axe decks that you can just kill everything that moves. Yeah, so I don't know how long we're playing today. We're going to relax. I have a little bit of my Conjury coffee.
Conjury coffee? That'd be $9.
Hey, that's a lot of money, Conjury Witch.
Well, I gotta make a living.
All right, the Conjury Witch is charging a lot of money for coffee these days, and I hope you and your family are not suffering too much during these difficult economic times where inflation is really high. But, even I had to take a break today. My money was a little low in my bank account. I have a couple bills that are past due, and yeah, sometimes even yours truly gets caught up, having fun, doing what I want to do, and not realizing that inflation is a real thing. So I try not to eat out, but it happens. I do it a lot. And I know I've been counseled before not to do it, and I still do it. So again, it's not a good thing. But I like to support my local kind of establishments, and I like to spend time with the people I love. And I kind of like having a really good gun show smoothie in the morning. Makes me feel good. It's healthy, cuts down on like solids, and makes me feel a little bit better. But again, it can be rather expensive to rely on other people to make your food. So, one of the things you can do, and this is not an economic show, one of the things you can do is make your own smoothies, make your own drinks, make your own food, and that cuts down a lot on the price. Makes it better for your family. Get those kids out there working those summer jobs. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. I remember when I was a kid, and I get those little side jobs and buy myself some more Atari and Nintendo stuff. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody here. Also want to send a big shout out to Pollo. Pollo is the person who did our thumbnail for Conjury, so thank you very much. Pollo is the artist that does a lot of our music, does our thumbnails, our descriptions, and soon we'll be working on some of our social media. So I want to thank you very much. Love you, Pollo. Thank you for all the things you do. I have an appointment today with the Docky Doc, my usual physical checkup for the year. Once a year, I go into my doc and get myself all checked out. I've already had my blood test for the year. And just got some groceries in, so I hope I'll be eating in for a little bit. And then I'll hang out with the angels later on today. And we'll have a little, we're going to have some hamburgers, which I'm very much looking forward to. But we have a little Conjury time. It's our special time on Thursdays where we enjoy this. By the time you're listening to this, it should be roughly July 18th, the middle of July. It's probably hot as anything. So definitely, please stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Be careful. Make sure that you have a proper hydration and you are not so far away from civilization that you can't get back. Make sure your doggies have their boots on and they're properly hydrated, because it is really severe weather right now. And those of you dealing with flooding, please be careful. Evacuate if you need to evacuate, please. Don't wait till the last minute. It's not worth your life. Of course, no one can know what you're dealing with. No one's walking in your shoes but you. So you might have good reasons to stay on your property. But please, people, please be careful out there. Life is So incredibly short, you know? I think it's time for our quotations noisemaker.
You are more beautiful than a blossoming flower on a warm spring morning.
There we go. That's very airy and pretty. All right, let's go check out our deck now that we've done our chatting. And before we do that, of course, we want to send a big shout out to MyNoise. Live, work, pray, content create. Do what you need to do. Make that office environment calm. If you're down there in the storage room putting boxes away, keep that place happy. If you are blind and visually impaired and you need something to inspire you, just remember you are a beautiful person and you have nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be embarrassed about. You are incredible.
Options.
Never stop believing in who you are.
Close.
All right,
Music volume.
let's check out our
Sound
deck
effects
and let's
volume.
talk
View
about some
inventory.
of the cards that
View
can
deck.
typically be in a fish deck.
Button. Double tap to select. View deck. Close. Button. Double tap to select.
And of course, we are playing Quill on Platinum. All right, as usual, I will ignore the normal cards that Quill gets, which are Pyros. He gets 8 Pyros, that is it. I've
Cards
already
collected.
removed 1 Pyro,
Ridge.
which
Mana
cost
cost
me
4.
20
Action.
gold
Delayed
coins.
damage. Cost
I'm
1
going to
less
let
for
you
each
hear
fish you
what
have
else
played this
is
battle.
left in a deck, and I'll
Disable.
give you my opinion about each
Button.
one.
Double tap to select.
Okay, so Rich is a good card. It isn't a great card when you first start the deck, but as you get a lot of fish, Rich can be a very powerful burn card. It does 8 damage and it's basically free if you have a bunch of fish that you played. In a way, Rich can be a very daunting card to get in the beginning because its mana cost is so high. But if you take your time, and remember, a fish deck is a tactical deck. You've got to go really
Wait,
slow.
mana cost
You've got to
1.
pay
Action.
attention
Deal 4 damage for
to the
each fish in your hand.
details.
Disable.
So Rich is a great card.
Button.
I wouldn't
Double
suggest
tap to
running
select.
more than 1 or 2. Wave is a powerful burn card for fish decks. This is okay to go a little wild. You can run 4 of these if you want. This is a very powerful card. If your deck is sufficiently fast and you've gotten rid of all of the Pyros, Wave is awesome. So remember, with a fish deck, I'm going to talk about some of the guiding principles of a fish deck at the end. But one of the guiding principles as a little like early gift is getting rid of your Pyros and replacing them with this card is important. Your Pyros are good. They have some defensive and offensive capabilities, but they're not as good as a pure burn card, all right? But yeah, if you're running Quill, my thing to you is find other defensive cards other than your Pyro. Your Pyro's okay, and yes, they've saved me many times, but they can get in the way. They are just a dead card. If you're trying to kill a monster with 11 hit points, a Pyro isn't going to do anything to it. And if it's a chill Pyro that does ice, if you're on your chill affects, that's okay, but that's only going to block 2 damage. By the time you're on the second or third
Ridge.
ladder
Wait,
on
mana cost
Platinum,
1. Action.
your
Deal 4
chill
damage for each
cards
fish
are
in your hand.
not going to stop
Disable.
the monsters in Conjury.
Button.
I'm just letting
Double
you know.
tap to select.
Okay, so Wave is a good card. That is your primary burn card. Wave can be incredibly powerful. Remember, it does 4 damage for every fish in your hand. So if you have 5 fish in your hand, that's 20 points of damage. And if you have 2 waves, that's 40 points of damage. And if you've activated a Scallion, oh my goodness.
Swell. Mana cost
Ooh,
3. Action.
that
Deal 8
gets
damage
the
and add 2 fish to your deck.
You can
Disable.
really smoke somebody's
Button.
butt.
Double tap
Yeah,
to select.
that's a great card. Swell is an okay card, but you've got to be careful with Swell. The problem with Swell is that it does cost and it does slow your deck down. Remember, fish in your deck make your deck slow. You've got to counter the slowness of fish by removing Pyros.
Fire. Mana cost
Again,
1.
removing
Action.
Pyros
Deal
is
2 damage.
super hard.
Pop it, disable.
But again, I have a
Fire.
guiding
Mana,
principle
pop it, disable.
thing that I'm
Good
going
luck.
to talk
Mana
about
cost 1.
once we get
Weapon.
to the end
Attack.
here.
3. Durability. 2. When you attack, draw a fish from your deck if there is one. Disable. Button. Double tap to select.
Okay, Good Rod is an optional card. I found it to be more problems than worth. Probably because if you get a stone, the stone might jump on the Good Rod and make it strong. Some people swear by Good Rod. I have I still have mixed emotions about Good Rod. I think it can be a good card, but again, it does get into the way. So think about it. Play with it.
Wait,
See if it
mana
works
cost
in
1,
your
action,
deck.
the tire, mana cost 1,
Absolutely
the Titan,
don't do
mana
2
cost
of
1,
them.
weapon,
Don't
attack,
do 2.
6, durability, 3, on equip, add 2 fish to your deck,
Minimum
disable.
1.
Button. Double tap to select.
Titan is your primary weapon early and late. Titan can be improved at the altar. Titan is strong. It gives you 2 fish, which you can play with, which help activate your burn cards. Don't get too wild with Titan. Don't run 3. Maximum 2. Even 2 is a lot. Remember, for the most part, you're drawing cards. The fish deck is a very closed circuit. You don't need a lot of cards to make it work. In fact, it is much better when you have fewer cards. So do not
Fire.
overload
Mana
your
cost
deck
1.
with
Tap
a bunch
disable.
of Titans.
Ripple. Mana
Remember,
cost 1.
you're
Action.
going to be
Draw any
getting
fish that are in your deck.
plenty of
Disable.
fish cards into
Button.
your deck.
Double tap to select.
All right, Ripple is your emergency I need fish card. Do not run more than 1 because it doesn't do any damage. All it does is draw fish. 60% of the time, it's doing absolutely nothing. So don't get wild with Ripple. Ripple Dipple. We used to say that when people used to drink rock gut liquor. There was this alcohol. It's probably, I shouldn't say that name because it's probably, the company's still in existence. But there was this thing called Ripple. You drink that. It was the cheapest, dirtiest vodka, I think. I'm way too bougie for cheap vodka. Oh man, when I was younger, boy, I drank a lot of cheap vodka. But no. Your boy is too, I am, wait. TMI. Your boy is way too bougie to drink cheap vodka now. But Ripple used to be the name of a really, really cheap vodka. It's either vodka, brandy, or something to that effect. But don't run more than 1 Ripple in your deck. I wouldn't suggest it. Yes, it's a good card because it gets the fish into your hand and makes your deck run faster. But again, if you run multiple Ripples, what's the point? It's a dead card. By the way, you can't activate Ripple and it will disappear out of your
Ridge.
hands.
Mana
If
cost
your
4.
hand gets
Action.
full
Deal 8 damage.
and you're
Cost 1
setting
less for
up
each fish you have
for a
played this battle.
fiery fish combo,
Disable.
you can discard
Button.
Ripple. I'm almost
Double tap to
certain.
select.
As I talked about before, Rich is a great card. So Rich means Rich costs less for every fish that you played, and it does a solid 8 damage. Use Scallions to power it up. It's quite an effective card. You can also run some different kind of weapons that empower your cards in your hand, though I don't know if it's worth it really. There is a card,
Mana
I
cost 4.
forgot what
Action.
it's
Deal 8
called,
damage.
but it
Cost
does
1 less for each fish you have
empower
played this
your
battle.
burn cards in
Disable.
your hand. I don't know.
Button.
I don't think it's
Double
that
tap to
good.
select.
And that's it. Let's talk about the guiding principles, and then we're going to go back to playing. I don't know how long we'll play, but we'll play until we die. Guiding principles. Short, closed circuit deck. Very small hand. All right? Remove all the pyros. Maybe keep 2 or 3 if you want. Yes, they're going to be expensive, but that's fine. Remove them by paying 20 gold. Number 2. Cards that are going to really benefit you are the ones I talked about. You're going to want to run waves. You want to do burn damage. Take out the most dangerous enemy. Finish him up with your Titan. Or if you have a couple of Pyros left in your deck, finish him up with the Pyros. Inevitably, you're going to waste damage. And of course, one of the most important guiding principles in this same guiding principle is don't waste damage. However, you can't always guarantee that you're not going to waste damage. If you have a witch, take her out because she's going to make your fish cost 1. You don't want your fish to cost 1 mana. Also be careful when playing with Quill. Quill has 15 hit points and you could get a doomed orb. If you get a doomed orb, Quill's going to have 10 health. The first thing you want to do if you get a doomed orb is get your hit points back up to 15, preferably up to 20. Okay, let's talk about the third and final guiding principle. What kind of trinkets are really good for this deck? Anything that draws cards. You want to be drawing as fast as possible. Royal Charm, you want to get money. You want the card that gives you money. You want the card that gives you a banana. You want to draw 2 cards at the beginning of the turn. You want to make your Titan stronger. Everything really helps the fish deck. You're going to beat the bosses really easily with this deck. Now let's talk about the things that make the fish deck vulnerable and susceptible to loss. So you don't have any defense. So you've got to kill everything with expeditiously. I don't run any defensive cards in my fish deck. You may choose to use your pyro cards as defensive cards. If you're going to use your pyro cards as defensive cards, you're going to need to keep about 6 to 7 in your deck because they need to flip over and turn you from fire to chill. So I don't recommend it. If you're going to want to run a defensive card, there are several defensive cards that cost coin. And if you're running Royal Clover gives you +2 coins. You can use that to offset the cost of spending coins on giving yourself defense. There are several really cute little defensive cards that will cost you a little money, but they do the job. You could get lucky and get a cover. Cover is rare. It doesn't drop very often. Cover is a card you hear me run a lot in my Battle Axe decks. But yeah, cover will really help you. If you get cover, don't break your Titan.
Ridge, ripple.
My coffee's cold. It's a little cold and fishy. All right, let's go ahead and get started in our game.
Cards collected. Close. View deck. View and sound. Music volume. Close. Options. Button. Double tap to select.
I really like this this MyNoise compilation I did. So it's Conquistadors mixed with Dark Ocean. It's like Tranquil Breakers landing. On top of that, it's the sound of these people, these adventurers exploring new lands. All right, let's get going here. Yes, I've already beaten the first boss. It was the one who likes to break your weapons and kill himself. I didn't have much problem with him because my burns were really strong.
Disable.
Let's get. I think we're currently on the second ladder.
Location battle. Floor 3. Button. Double tap to select. Location shop. Floor 2. Disable. Button. Double tap to select.
Okay, we're in floor 3, and on floor 2 we got a bunch of items. We
Location
bought
battle.
trinkets
Floor
on floor 2. We also
Button.
we bought
Options
the
bar.
stone
Karate appears.
and
Return.
we
In the
bought
dojo.
the
We vow to honor.
Royal
In battle.
Charm
I go
with
to
the
no
banana.
one. Options. Karate.
We're gonna go to
Player
floor
info.
3.
Left karate. This end. Health 10/10.
Okay. Woo. Got a karate. Let's see if we can take him out. See, karate's already got 10 health, so we're on the second ladder. The enemies go from 6 to 8 to 10 health. By the third ladder, the enemies will have 11 to 12 health and be doing almost 5 damage every attack. So you really got to make your fish deck strong, fast, and
Player info.
powerful.
Left
You
weapon.
got to know
Your hand.
what your
Titan.
fish deck
Mana
does.
cost 1.
Again,
Select a
I'm
target.
going to offer
Equip
you
left.
as many tips as I
Button.
can, but even
Double tap
I'm
to
not
select.
an expert at fish decks.
Banana. Mana cost 0.
Oh,
Food.
good. We got
Bottom bar.
a
Turn.
Titan to start.
Button.
It's
Double
good
tap
if
to
you get a
select.
Titan, not a good rod to start.
Your hand. Banana. Mana cost 0. Swell. Mana cost 3. Action.
Because of
Bottom
Royal
bar.
Charm,
Your
we
hand.
start
Wave.
every
Mana cost 1.
first
Action. Deal 4
round
damage for each
in
fish in your
our
hand.
battle with a banana,
Button.
which is
Double
good.
tap to select. Bottom bar. Enter your hand. Swell. Mana cost 3.
All right,
Action. Deal 8
Wave
damage
is
and
our
add 2 fish to your
power
deck.
card, so you're
Button.
going to want to wait till you
Double
get
tap to
fish in your
select.
hand before you use it. All right, Swell is powerful. We're gonna use Swell to kill Karate Man and then get some more fish in our deck. You need to also make a mental note of how many fish are in your deck. If you're not sure, get some marbles or some quarters and put them next to you in a little cup. And as you put fish in your deck, drop a couple of coins into the cup. And then as the fish get into your hand,
Player info.
remove the
Your hand.
coins from
Swell.
the cup.
Mana cost
So
3.
you'll know how
Action.
many fish
Deal 8
are in
damage
your
and add-
hand
select a
and
target.
how many
Target
fish are
karate.
still in
Health
your
10
deck.
bottom bar.
It's not a
Fire.
perfect
Mana cost
system,
1.
but it's
Action.
effective.
Bottom bar. Enter your hand. Wave. Mana cost fire. Mana cost 1. Player info. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost. Select a target. Target karate. Health 2/10. Wave. Body defeated. Plus 4 coins. End turn. Button. Double tap to select.
Let's kill him. Yes, because of doomed orb, I have 1 extra mana.
Box.
However, my health is incredibly low,
Double
so
tap to
we'll
select.
probably lose very quickly here. But again, if you're very
Add to your deck.
careful, sometimes you can get lucky.
Boomerang. Mana cost 3. Weapon.
Okay, we have a
attack,
weapon box.
2.
Let's see
Durability.
what-
2.
let's
When disgraced,
see what we
return
get
it to
in
your
the
hand with
weapon
+1
box.
attack. It cannot cost less than 1. Button. Double tap to select. Boom. Mana cost 2. Shield block 1. Durability 3. When you block with this, draw a
Boomerang
card.
is a little too late to
Button.
run Boomerang.
Double
We're
tap to
not
select.
looking to run a Boomerang deck. Boom is good. Boom is a good card. If you can get rid, if I had an ability to get rid of that rod, Boom is great
Titan.
because
Mana cost 2.
drawing
Weapon.
cards is
Attack 6.
exactly
Durability
what you
2.
want in this
Unequipped.
deck.
Add 2 fish to your deck.
I'm really scared to
Button.
take it because my deck
Double tap
is
to
really
select.
tight right now. I'd like to get another
Draw a
Titan,
card.
but my deck,
Options. Player
again,
info.
my
Your
deck
hand.
would get
Bottom bar.
too
Your
big.
hand. Fish. Mana cost
Resist
0.
the
Wait.
temptation
Mana
to
cost
make
1.
your deck
Action.
too
Deal 4 damage for each fish in your
unwieldy.
hand. Player info. Mana 2/5. Options bar. Options. Player info. Your hand. Bottom bar. Enter. Draw a card. End turn. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Bottom bar. Enter. Draw a card. End turn. Your hand. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action. Draw any fish that are in your deck.
Okay,
Button.
cool.
Double tap to select. Player info. Right weapon. Health 10/10. Heat 1. Mana 0/5.
All right, we can draw some fish. Let's see if we have enough mana. And we don't. We'll play Ripple next turn. Ripple is very important. You want to get those fish out of your deck so that your deck moves fast. Now, after the first, battle, when you're facing off in a duel with the first enemy, that's it. Now it's all or nothing. When it comes to platinum
Your hand.
key
Bottom
level,
bar. Enter.
enemies are going to
Options bar.
come
Options.
2 at a time.
Player info. Your hand.
And they can
Wait.
have a
Bottom bar.
maximum
End turn.
of 3 on the
Draw a
field.
card.
So
Disable.
you've got
End
to
turn.
be efficient.
Enemy turn. Left weapon. Fish appears. Porcupine appears. Your turn.
Speaking of fish, let's talk about fish. Pro tip number 1. If you can keep them from hurting you too badly, it's okay if the fish help you. Because fish can there's a really broken combo that fish can make happen. If you have a lot of health, you can let the fish hit you several times. He'll put a bunch of fish in your deck, you ripple them, and you just blast them off with swell. But again, it's super risky because it makes your deck slow. 2, you're taking damage. 3, make sure you have an apple or something hanging around. But yeah, fish can actually help your deck. So actually let the fish hit you and take out the other enemy first. Because you are okay. You are
Double
the
tap to
fish
select.
master. You're
Porcupine.
the fish
Fish.
monger.
Player info. Left weapon. Titan. Weapon. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1.
I really
Action.
want to
Deal
take
4
out that
damage for each fish in your
porcupine,
hand.
but I don't want to
Fish.
take a lot
Mana
of
cost
damage.
0. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action. Draw any fish that are in your deck. Ridge. Mana cost 4. Action. Deal 8 damage. Bottom bar. End turn.
We got Pyre.
Double tap to select. Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost. Ripple. Fire. Fish. Mana cost 0.
Okay, I'm going to try to
Mana
take
cost
these,
1. Action.
both
Deal
these
4 damage
enemies
for each
out.
fish in your hand.
I'm going to use a combination of Rich
Double tap to select.
and Wave. So this is your first combo. Pro
Fish.
tip number
Wait.
2.
Mana
I'm
cost
going
1.
to teach
Action.
you your first fish
Fire.
combo.
Ripple. Mana cost
So
1. Ridge. Mana cost 4.
you're gonna
Action.
draw
Deal 8
fish,
damage. Cost 1 less for each fish you have
then
played
you're
this
going to
battle.
hit them with Wave, and then
Double
you
tap to
finish them
select.
off with Rich. Okay?
Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action.
It's
Draw
a
any
good
fish that are in your deck.
combo. If you can keep
Player
it
info.
going,
Your
it's
hand.
even
Wait.
better.
Mana cost
But
1.
sometimes
Action.
your hand
Deal 4
gets too
fish.
full and
Mana
you run
cost
out of
fire.
mana.
Mana cost 1. Ripple. Mana cost Ridge. Mana cost 4. Bottom bar.
Let's counter
End turn.
hand first.
Button. Double tap to select.
We have 5 cards in our hand, so I don't think we're going to have to be really careful to count this hand out. So this is going to cost us 1 mana for the Wave,
Options
1
bar.
mana,
Porcupine.
0
Options
mana
bar.
for
Porcupine.
the Rich.
Attack 3.
So
Fish.
we
Attack
should
3.
get rid
Player
of the
info.
Pyro
Left
because
weapon.
it's taking
Titan.
up space
Right
in
weapon.
our hand.
Nothing equipped. Your hand. Wait. Fish. Mana cost fire. Mana cost. Select a target. Target porcupine. Health 10 slash. Target fish. Health 10/10. Wave. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish. Mana cost 0. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action. Draw any fish that are in your deck. Wave. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand.
Okay, hit the fish with that.
Bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Wave. Mana cost fish.
Draw
Mana
a
cost 0.
fish.
Ridge. Mana cost 4. Act fish.
Now it's
Mana cost
important
0.
to count the
Mana
fish
cost 0.
that you
Button.
get.
Fish. Mana cost 0. Act bottom bar. End turn. Button. Double tap to select.
Okay, we have 4 fish in our deck. Wave
hand.
will do
Wave.
4
Mana
damage
cost
for every
select a
fish
target.
in your
Target
hand.
porcupine.
4
Top
times
10
4
/10.
is 16
Fish.
damage.
Porcupine defeated.
It's
Plus 4
so
coins.
powerful.
Ridge. Mana cost
So
4.
let's kill
Action.
him with
Deal 8
wave.
damage. Cost 1 less for each fish you have played this battle. Button. Double tap to select.
Goodbye, porcupine. So, if you're running, as I suggested, three to 4 copies of Wave, you can see how devastating this deck is. You can just wave, you could just drop waves on the shore and wash everyone out to sea. It just, that's actually kind of horrible. You know, I'm sorry. My mind is so occupied with the news because recently 2 young men lost their lives because of the weather and you know, that they were washed out to sea, and it kind of hurt me a lot. It really hurt me deep in my heart, you know. I'm not very emotional, but, you know, to see people lose their life is really, really, really tragic. And these young men had their whole life ahead of them, you know, and I don't know if they were boys or young men, but unfortunately they didn't make it. So, you know, you know, Angel 2, she's religious, so she prays for people. She's a sweetheart. She prays for people. She's a better person than me. She prays for people. I don't pray anymore. I did when I was younger, but yeah, she prays for people, and I appreciate that. I care about people. I love people, but I don't do any prayers anymore. I'm not religious. But yeah, I just can't use any things. I just can't be violent as I normally am because
end turn.
I'm
hand.
just in a
Fish.
meditative,
Mana cost 0.
smooth,
Fish.
kind
Mana
of
cost
like
fish. Mana
chill,
ridge. Mana cost 4.
relaxed,
Fish.
kind of
Mana
like
cost 0.
meditative
Action.
state
Does nothing
today.
except add a strange smell to your hand. Can only be used once.
Okay, fish,
Button.
fish,
Player
fish.
info. Fish. Options bar. Fish.
Okay, we
Attack
got
3.
4
Player
fish.
Info. Left weapon. Titan.
Let's
weapon.
see if
Attack.
we can
6.
kill.
Durability. 3.
We might
unequipped.
let
Add
that
2 fish to
fish
your deck.
hit us, but maybe not.
Button. Fish. Options bar. Fish. Attack 3. This attack. Health 8/10.
I could hit that
Options bar.
fish.
Options. Fish. Attack 3.
He's got 8 health. I don't want it to hit me. How much is he gonna hit
This
me
attack
for?
will add health 8/10. Player info. Right weapon. Nothing equipped. Health 9/10.
I don't
Two.
want to get hit by
Mana
that
2/5.
damage, so I may have to kill it.
Your hand. Fish. Bottom bar. And draw a card.
We do
End
have
turn. Your hand.
2
Good rock.
men.
Mana cost 1. Weapon. Attack. 3.
Let's
Durability.
draw
2.
1
When you
card.
attack, draw a fish from your deck if there is one. Button. Double tap to select.
We didn't get anything good. I'm starting to dislike this good
Fish.
rod.
Mana
Okay,
good rod.
we're gonna have
Mana
to kill
fish.
it.
Mana
We're
fish.
gonna
Mana cost
we're
ridge.
gonna have
Mana
to
fish.
convert
Fish.
our
Mana
cards
ridge.
to kill
Mana cost
that.
2.
I don't
Fish.
want that
Mana
fish
cost
hitting
ridge.
us
Mana
for
cost
3
good rod.
damage.
Mana cost fish. Mana cost 0. Action. Does nothing. Except player info. Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost 1. Action. Fish. Mana ridge. Mana cost player info. Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost 0. Action. Deal 8 damage. Costs 1 less for each fish you have played this battle. Button. Double tap to select.
Okay, pro tip number 3, the way Rich works is it's active the whole battle. So once you use up the required fish, Rich becomes a free 8 damage card for 0 mana. Yeah, pretty sweet, isn't it? It's definitely gets this.
Good rod. Ridge. Mana cost 0. Select a target. Target fish.
Excellent
Health
work,
8/10.
fish.
Good rod.
Excellent work,
Fish defeated.
fish
Plus
and
1.
Rich.
Loot bag.
Rich
Add to your
fish.
deck. Alter. Mana cost 1. Action. Fill your heat or freeze meter.
Okay, let's
Hook.
find
Mana
out
cost
what's
1. Action.
in
Look at the
our
top 3 card in your deck and pick one.
bag.
If you choose a fish, draw an extra card. Button. Double
Nope.
tap to select.
This is an okay card, but it's not as good as you think. It's basically a draw card.
Courage.
If
Mana
you
cost
pull a
1.
fish,
Action.
you get an
Give a weapon
extra
plus 3
card.
damage for this turn only.
I do not like it.
Button.
It has never
Double tap to
saved me,
select.
so I'm gonna say no. I don't use courage. Courage is great in big weapon decks. It gets you that little edge to kill like a ghost or something, kill a vampire. I don't find it very useful in a fish deck. We have plenty of burn cards to compensate our weapons, to collaborate with our weapons. So I'm going to say none of these are good, so we'll just draw a card.
Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. He. Deal 2 damage. Bottom bar. And loot bag.
And we have a double loot bag.
Button. Double tap to select. Bottom bar. Loot bag. Add to your deck.
Got a pyre.
Blaze. Mana cost 2. Action.
Let's see what's in our second loot bag.
You can only play this when your heat level is over 1. Button. Double tap to select. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action.
I'm not
Draw any fish that are in
running
your
your
deck.
typical Quill fire deck, so
Double
this
tap
is
to
not a
select.
Firelands deck, so we're not going to
Equip.
run
Mana cost 0.
Blaze.
Action. Draw 1 equipment card from your deck. Button.
I never run
Double tap
more
to select.
than 1 Ripple, so pass on that. Equip is the only acceptable second weapon I'd run in this deck. Equip is great because it draws your Titan. This is a good card. Only problem is the Titan still costs 2. So Equip is good, but the problem is it's still going to be another card in your hand. But again, it's another chance of having a weapon in your hand. Again, I am 50% on 50-50 on Equip as a good card. In big weapon decks, it's great because you don't want to run too many big weapons. So Equip works great. It's a 0 cost. It draws immediately another big weapon card. But if you want to do big weapon dragon, you want to do big weapon fishing, then play Snag. S-N-A-G. That's a great card.
Options.
So
Player
I
info.
don't know.
Your hand.
I'm really
Bottom bar.
tempted
Enter
to run
your hand.
Equip, but
Wait.
it's going to
Mana
make my
cost 1.
deck
Action.
slow.
Deal 4 damage
so
for
I'm
each fish
going
in
to
your
go
hand.
ahead and pass.
Button. Double tap to select.
Oh yeah, wave is good. So we got another wave. Now all we need is fish, okay? And you might say, well, why didn't I get equipped? Because I could have equipped it. I could have
Player info.
equipped
Options
my
bar.
Titan,
Player info.
which
Your
would
hand.
have got
Bottom
me
bar.
2 more
Enter.
fish.
Draw a card.
Yeah, that's one way to
Enter.
look at
Your
it.
hand.
But
Fire.
that's a
Mana
lot
cost
of
1.
moving
Action.
parts.
Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disable. Options bar. Player info. Your hand.
We
Bottom
got a
bar.
lot of
Options
pyre,
bar. Key.
so we're going to
Platinum.
have to use up
Key.
those
Platinum.
pyros.
Close. Options. Button. Player info. Left. Your hand. Good rod. Bottom bar. End turn.
Whoops.
Button. Enemy turn.
Sorry,
Left
hit
weapon.
my option
Fairy
button.
appears. Zombie appears. Your turn.
Let's end our turn. Okay, now we got real
Zombie,
trouble.
fairy,
Now
options
we're not
bar,
messing
fairy,
around anymore.
attack 3.
We got
This enemy intends to
a
heal its allies.
zombie and a fairy. All right, let's see what the fairy's trying to do. Okay, she's going to heal the zombie. If you hit the zombie's going to drop some zomboids all over the place. So, this is a problematic team. Take
Zombie,
out the
attack
fairy,
2.
though. That's my
Player
guess.
info. Your hand.
But the
Good
problem
rod.
is
Mana
we have
cost 1.
so little
Weapon.
health. We can't
Fire.
afford
Mana
to take
cost 1.
much damage
Action.
from the
Wait.
zombies.
Mana
So
cost
this is
1.
a bad
Action.
situation.
Deal 4 damage. Fire. Mana cost 1. Act. Fire. Mana cost 1. Bottom bar. End turn. Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Good rod. Bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Good rod. Mana cost 1. Weapon.
Maybe
Attack.
this
Select
is
a
the
target.
time to
Equip
use
left.
a
Equip
good
right.
rod to draw
Fire.
some
Mana
fish.
cost 1. Action. Player info. Left weapon. Titan. Right weapon. Good rod. Weapon. Attack. Select a target. Target fairy. Health 11/11. Right weapon. Good
put
rod.
that
Weapon.
on.
Attack. 3. Your hand. Fire. Bottom bar. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Select a target. Target fairy.
Let's
Health
Hit
8/11.
that fairy, draw some
Button.
fish.
Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Bottom bar. Your hand.
Oh,
Fire.
we don't
Mana
have any more
cost-
fish
Select
in
a
our
target.
deck.
Target fairy. Health 6/11. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action.
Let's see if we can
Deal
hurt
2
that
damage.
fairy
Freeze.
as
Block
much
2
as we
damage.
can.
Bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Select a target. Target fairy. Attack
Okay,
3.
good, we're on
Target zombie.
ice.
Attack 2. Wait. Mana cost
So-
1. Action. Deal 4. Options bar. Options. Fairy. Zombie. Player info. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4. Bottom bar.
Let's
End
block
turn.
that zombie.
Button. Double tap to select your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Player info. Left weapon. Titan. Weapon. Attack. 6. Durability. Select a target.
We're
target
out of
fairy.
cards
Health
in our
2/11.
hands, so
Button. Left weapon. Fairy plus your hand. Bottom bar. Food bag. Add to your hand.
let's kill the fairy.
Pair.
Right,
Mana cost
what are we
0.
gonna
Food.
get
Draw
in
2
the
cards. Can only be
food
used
bag?
once.
Hopefully
Button.
something
Double tap to select.
really good.
Onion. Mana cost 0. Food. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 cards. Can
Yeah,
only
we
be
do
used
need a
once.
pair. That's a good
Button.
card. That's really
Double tap to
good. I
select.
like it.
Carrot. Mana cost 0. Action. Look at the top 3 cards in your deck and pick one to draw. Can only be used
Even
once.
better, but we lose our
Button.
wave.
Double
I
tap
don't
to
want to
select.
lose our wave.
Onion. Pear. Mana cost 0. Option. Zombie.
That's a good
Player
card.
Info. Your
Goes
hand.
look
Bottom
for a
bar.
card, but we'll
Options
just
bar.
draw-
Option. Zombie. Player info. Your hand.
Let's
Bottom
just draw
bar.
2
Your
random
hand.
cards.
Wave. Mana cost pair. Mana cost wave. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand. Bottom bar. Enter your hand. Fire. Mana cost bridge. Mana cost 0. Action. Deal 8 damage. Cost 1 less for each fish you have
Okay.
played this battle.
Hopefully we got
Button.
something good.
Double tap to select.
Okay,
Fire.
we got a
Mana
rich.
ridge. Mana
Not
cost
what
0.
I was
Action.
looking,
Select a
but
target. Target
rich
zombie.
is free.
Health 9/11.
Remember, I told you that little trick.
Button.
All
Double
riches are
tap to
free in
select.
our deck now. Okay, we can just about kill that zombie. Problem is,
Wait. Mana cost
he's
1.
still got 1
Player
health
info.
left.
Left weapon.
So
Titan.
he won't
Weapon.
drop
Attack.
that
6. Durability.
zombie
2.
blood
Unequipped.
if we
Your
kill
hand.
him
Wait.
with 1
Mana
shot.
cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each
I
fish in
don't
your hand.
know if we can hit.
Button. Double tap to select.
And we've
Ridge.
already used
Mana
our
cost 0.
Titan.
Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. He. Deal 2 damage. Free. Select a target. Target zombie.
And I
Attack 0.
don't have any
Button.
fish in my hand.
Cancel. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in bottom bar. And your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Ridge.
Yeah, we
Mana
don't have
fire.
any damage
Bottom
with our
bar. And turn.
pyros.
Draw a card. Double tap to select. And turn. Draw a card. And turn. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action.
We might
Deal
need
2 damage.
one more burn
Freeze. Block 2
card.
damage.
Let's draw a card. Maybe we'll
Double tap
get.
to select.
We did nothing but pyro. Again, I don't want anything in my hand, so
Bottom bar.
I'm gonna
End
wait
turn.
till next
Draw a card.
turn and then
Disable.
see if we
End
can
turn.
kill off
Options bar.
that zombie.
Player info.
We'll
Your
have
hand.
the
Bottom bar.
use of our
Options
Titan
bar.
back.
Zombie.
so-
Player info. Your hand. Wait. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disable. End turn. Enemy turn. Wait. Sword appears. Your turn.
Okay, this is bad. The sword, you gotta kill it because it matches your weapon
Bottom bar.
damage.
Enter
Your
hand.
highest
Titan.
weapon damage.
Mana cost 1. Weapon.
Sword is
Attack.
your
6.
nimble
Fire.
killer.
Mana
The
cost
sword
1.
can
Titan.
come as
Mana
strong
cost
as your
1.
nimble,
Weapon.
and
Attack.
you've got to kill
6.
sword
Durability.
right away.
3. Unequip. Add 2 fish to your deck. Button.
Oh, we got another Titan.
Double tap to select.
Let's
Player info. Left your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action.
Let's
Deal 4
see
damage for
here.
ridge. Mana cost 0.
I'm
Action.
trying to
Deal 8
find a
damage.
way to
Cost
kill
1 less
off
for each
that
fish.
zombie
Wait.
with one
Ridge.
shot.
Mana cost 0. Action. Deal 8 damage. Cost 1. Fire. Mana cost 1. Fire. Mana Titan. Mana cost 1. Bottom bar. End turn. Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Titan. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Titan. Fire.
We may
Mana
have
cost
to
1.
kill
Titan.
off
Mana
that
select a target. Equip
sword.
left. Equip right. Cancel. Wait. Bottom bar. Enter your
We
hand.
have to kill
Wait.
that sword.
Bridge. Mana cost 0. Select a target. Target sword. Health 11 slash. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action.
Whoops.
Deal 4 damage for
Wrong
each
thing.
player info. Zombie. Sword. Options bar. Sword. Attack 6. This will cop health 3 slash 11.
We got to kill that sword off right
Zombie.
now.
Attack 3. Player info. Left weapon. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Player info. Left weapon. Titan.
He's only got
weapon.
3
Select
health
a target.
left,
Target sword.
so let's
health
kill
3
him
slash.
off with
Left weapon.
the
Sword defeated.
Titan.
Plus 4 coins. Left. Your hand. Bottom bar. End turn. Food bag. Button. Double tap to add to your hand. Eggplant. Mana cost
All
0.
right, he's
Food.
gone.
Restore
Let's
12
get-
health and lose 1 mana for
see
the
what
rest
we've
of this
got in
battle.
the loot
Can only be
box.
used once. Disable.
Let's see what's in
Apple.
the food
Mana
box.
cost 0. Food.
box.
Lemon. Mana cost 0. Apple. Mana cost options. Button. Options.
We got
Zombie. Attack player info.
eggplants.
Right weapon. Health 9
Apple's
slash 10.
good. We'll take apple. Because we have 10 health. Okay, we got apple in case we get into trouble, so we're fine. All right, now we got to take out that zombie. So we might actually even take some damage
Your hand.
from
Wait.
its
Mana cost 1.
effect.
Action. Bottom bar.
If we
End
can
your
find
hand.
a way to
Apple.
kill
Mana
it,
cost
let's
0.
use
Titan.
good
Mana
rod.
cost 1.
I don't think we have
Weapon.
any.
Attack. 6.
I don't think we have
Durability.
any
3.
fish in our
Unequipped.
deck.
Player info. Right weapon. Health 9 slash 10. Freeze 1. Mana 5 slash 5. Zombie. Attack 3. Player info. Left weapon. Right weapon. Good rod. Weapon.
We got
attack.
5 mana.
3. Durability.
Let's
1.
just
When you attack,
hit him
draw a
with
fish from
the
your deck
good
if there is
rod.
1. Select a target. Target zombie. Health 9 slash 11. Right weapon. Nothing equipped. Your hand. Bottom bar. And your hand. Rotten meat. Mana cost 0. Food. Take 3 damage and
let's
draw a
use
card.
it.
Can only be used once.
Let's just hit him with it.
Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish. Bottom bar. And your hand. Swell. Mana cost 3. Action. Deal 8 damage
We're
and add
going
2 fish
to
to your
take
deck.
3 damage, but we're going to do
Button.
it. Let's
Double tap to
use
select.
your blood.
Apple. Swell.
Okay,
Mana
we
cost
got a
3.
swell.
Action. Select a target. Target zombie.
Perfect.
Health 6
All
slash
right.
11.
This is a
Wait.
good.
Zombie
This
defeated.
is
Plus 4
actually a
coins.
good
Wait.
time to
Mana
use
cost 1.
swell.
Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand. Button. Double tap to select.
Boom.
Bottom bar. Enter.
So
your
now
hand.
we have
Wait.
2
Mana
fish
cost
in our
1.
deck
Action.
because we were
Deal 4
running
damage for
a
each
little
fish in your
low
hand.
on
Fire.
fish.
Mana
Fish
cost
is
1.
your
Action.
power.
Fire. Mana
It's
cost
like
1.
your
Titan.
thunder,
Mana
you
cost
know?
1. Weapon. Attack. 6. Durability. 3. On. Select a target. Equip left. Button. Double tap to select. Equip right. Wait. Mana cost 1.
Okay, we
Action.
got Titan.
Bottom bar. End turn.
We're going to equip the
Double tap to
Titan
select.
and replace the...
Your hand. Wait. Mana
On
cost
the
1.
right.
Fire. Mana cost 1. Fire. Mana cost apple.
Now
Mana
we
cost 0.
have
Bottom bar.
we have
End turn.
4 fish in our deck now,
Button.
and we can pull
Double
those
tap
out.
to select. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Bottom bar. Enter. Your hand. Wait. Player info. Right weapon. Health 6
So
10.
we'll get a swell and we'll be able to pull those out, I think. Okay, 6. We have enough health.
Your
We're
hand.
going to be
Bottom
playing our
bar.
health
Food bag.
very close to 1 and 2
Button.
points of
Double
health.
tap to select.
Because, you know, again, we have Doomed Orb, but we have a lot of mana. If you do get stuck with Doomed Orb, it's a good time to run that one offhand that gives you a mana every time it blocks. Whew, man, I pulled 8-9 mana from that turn. And then on top of that, you can run all kinds of decks that can just make you just a god, you know? I'm not saying you're going to win, but you can come really close. If you play really cautiously, you can eke out a pretty good win, even on Platinum. Mana decks get... bountiful mana decks, as I should start calling them, can be really effective. Mana conservative decks benefit from Doomed Orb. Again, everything in this game is balanced, so you may get something really that's
Bottom bar. Your
cha-ching,
hand. Player
but
info. Options bar.
it's
Player
gonna
info.
make you
Your
a
hand.
little
Wait.
vulnerable.
Bottom bar.
So you
Enter.
gotta,
Draw
you
card.
know, there is
Food
no
bag.
reward without risk.
Button. Double tap to select. Add to your hand. Papaya. Mana cost 0. Action. Feed this to an enemy.
Okay, we got
Banana.
another
Mana cost 0. Food.
food
Gain plus 2
bag.
mana.
Let's
Lettuce. Mana
collect
cost
that.
1. Food. Draw 3 cards. Banana. Mana cost 0. Food. Options.
Ooh, papaya,
Button. Double tap to select.
banana.
Options. Player info. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action.
Let's take a
Fire.
banana.
Mana cost 1. Action. Fire. Mana
That's
cost
good.
1.
Banana's
Button.
good.
Apple.
Can draw
Mana
some
cost
more
0.
cards.
Food. Banana. Mana cost 0. Food. Gain plus 2 mana this turn. Can only be used once. Button. Bottom bar. Your hand. Banana. Mana cost 0. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Bottom bar. Enter. Draw card. Enter.
We could
your
probably
hand.
draw
Fish.
some
Mana
more
cost 0.
cards,
Action.
and let's
Does
do
nothing.
that.
Bottom bar. Enter. Draw
Let's do
card.
that. Let's draw some
Enter.
more cards.
Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage.
Oh, good.
Player info. Options bar. Options.
Let's draw another
Player
card.
info. Left weapon. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost.
We're
fire.
getting a bunch
Mana
of
cost
pyros,
fire.
and that's
Mana
what I
cost
mean.
apple. Mana cost
Pyros
fish.
get in your
Mana
way.
cost fire. Mana cost bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage. Bottom bar. End turn. Enemy turn. Left weapon. Karate appears. Shocker appears. Your turn.
Yeah, we're
Your
so
hand.
close
Wait,
to our
bottom bar.
maximum
End your
number
hand.
of cards.
Fish. Mana cost 0. Action. Does nothing. Except add a strange smell to your hand. Can only be used once. Button. Double tap to select. Bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Wait.
Hey, we
Mana
got
cost
another
1.
fish.
Fire.
Let's
Mana
see
cost
how many
1.
fish
Fire.
we
Mana
have.
cost 1. Apple.
We can
Mana
start
cost 0.
waving
Fish.
pretty
Mana
soon.
cost 0. Fire. Mana cost 1. Fish. Mana cost 0. Bottom bar. End turn. Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Player info. Karate. Shocker. Options bar. Shocker. Attack 4.
Okay, we got 2 fish. That's 8 damage. Not quite yet. A karate and a shocker, very bad.
Karate. Attack
So
4.
we
Player
gotta
info.
take out that
Left weapon.
karate,
Titan.
or
Weapon.
else
Attack.
when a
6.
shocker
Durability.
explodes,
1.
he's gonna make
Unequipped.
the
Add 2
karate
fish.
strong,
Select a
and
target.
that can kill
Target
you.
shocker. Health 12. Target karate. Health 12/12. Left weapon. Nothing equipped. Button. Right weapon. Titan.
Let's hit
weapon.
him with the
Attack. 6.
Titan.
Durability. 3. Select a target. Target shocker. Health.
Gotta
Target
kill
karate.
that-
Health 6/12.
gotta kill that karate
weapon.
right
Karate
away.
defeated. Plus 4 coins. Right weapon. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Player info. Shocker. Options bar. Shocker. Options bar. Up. Shocker. This enemy intends to
Okay,
health
good.
12/12.
Karate done.
Player info. Right weapon.
Now we
Left
just have
weapon.
to deal with the
Attack.
shocker.
This enemy intent. Attack 4. Player info. Left weapon. Nothing equipped. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each
Okay,
fish in
the
your hand.
shocker's gonna
Fire.
hit really
Mana cost
hard,
1.
so we
Action.
gotta kill
Heat.
it
Deal 2 damage.
too.
Freeze. Block 2 damage. Player info. Right weapon. Health. Freeze 1. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost. Fire. Mana cost. Select a target. Target shocker. Attack 4. Wait. Mana cost 1.
Okay, we're in
Fire.
freeze
Mana
mode,
cost.
so we can
Select a
use our
target.
pyros
Target
to
shocker.
blow.
Wait. Mana cost 0. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand. Apple.
Which is
Mana cost
good
0.
timing.
Fish. Mana cost 0. Fire. Mana cost 0. Action. Select a target. Target shocker. Health
All right,
12
now
slash-
we're
Wait.
back
Mana
into
cost
fire
0. Action.
mode,
Deal 4 damage
so-
for each fish in your hand. Button. Double tap to
Let's
select.
use up all our pyros. get the pyro down to reasonable territory. I like to keep my enemies down in a 6 to 8 range.
Player info.
My
Shotgun.
deck
Options
does
bar.
about
Options.
6 to 8 burn damage
Button.
really easily.
Double
So
tap to select.
my rule is keep enemies within reason with their health. Though it isn't wise to have too many enemies that are slightly damaged, you're almost always better eliminating an enemy. But there's also ways you can play with that principle. You can eliminate a really dangerous enemy and keep a few other enemies really low. Sometimes it's good to do something, and that's going to be pro tip number 4, called funneling. So funneling is when you keep enemies on the field who are not damaging you. For instance, if you have no weapons, there's no reason to kill the sword. It doesn't have any attack. The sword only has attack based on your highest attack weapon. So if the sword has no attack, leave it on the field to funnel. In fact, if you can get 2 swords up, don't equip a weapon, and just kill the enemy that appears as the 3rd enemy. Then you've got 2 enemies doing absolutely nothing, and you're sitting there just smoking. You're doing a 300 Rise of an Empire on the one creature that's coming in. It's a sweet strategy.
Shocker. Attack zero.
Funneling
Player
is
info.
really
Your hand.
advanced,
Wait.
so
Bottom
I
bar.
actually
Enter. Your
will do
hand.
an
Fish.
STG on how
Monocost
to
zero.
funnel.
Fish.
It's
Apple.
hard.
Monocost zero.
It takes a
Wait.
lot of
Monocost
practice.
zero.
though.
Player info. Your hand. Apple. Monocost. Wait. Player info. Shocker. Options bar. Shocker. Player info. Left weapon. Nothing equipped. Right weapon. Titan. Weapon. Health 6. Geek 1. Mana 3/5. Your hand. Wait. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. End turn. Your hand.
Okay, we got
Fire.
3 mana,
Cost
6
1.
health,
Action.
and we got
Deal
an apple,
2
so we're
Select
fine.
a
Let's
target.
draw some
Target
cards.
shocker. Health 10/12. Wait. Mana cost 0. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand.
Okay, I got another
Button.
fire.
Double tap to select.
Let's hurt the shocker. I want to get this shocker down, and I want my pyros to go back to chill. And that's the thing, you got to keep cycling your fire and ice power. You got to cycle your pyro to fire, because you don't
Bottom bar.
really
End turn.
need
Draw a card.
you really don't need
End
the
turn.
fire
Your hand.
damage,
Ripple.
because you
Mana
got
cost 1.
all
Action.
your
Draw any
other
fish that are in your
burn
deck.
cards from your fish. Your fish
Button.
burns.
Double tap to select. Not enough mana. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disable.
Okay, good.
End turn.
We might
End
want to
turn.
ripple now.
Disable.
Oh, we don't
You
have
still
enough.
have an
We'll
end
ripple
turn.
next
Cancel.
turn.
Options. Button. Double tap to select.
That's in our turn. Oh, we have a loot. We had a loot.
Shocker. Attack 0. Player info.
We have
Your
a
hand.
loot.
Wait. Bottom bar.
We
Loot back. Loot back.
have a loot card we almost
Button.
didn't use.
Double tap to select. Loot bag.
All right, loot
Add to
bag.
your deck.
Let's find out what we got.
Kaela. Mana cost 0.
Loot
Action. Feed
bag.
this to an enemy.
Where's our
It
loot
will drop
sign?
plus 4 coins. Can only be used
There
once.
we go. Let's get it.
First. Mana cost 4. Action. Heat. Deal 6 damage. Cost 1 less for each heat you have.
Ooh, papayas good.
Codes. Mana cost 1. Action.
That
Block 4
gives us
damage.
4
Lose 2
coins.
coins
That's
if you
really
have any.
good.
Button. Double
Nope.
tap to select.
Coax is a great card. It's if you want to run, say 1 or 2 of these, it's a good card. It's going to run your money down, but it's a good defensive card. It's really good against bosses. Again, I should probably grab one, because it's going to become a point where you can't stop all the monsters, especially bosses who are not vulnerable to certain things. So Coax is a great card. I'm not going to run
First,
it,
papaya.
but
Add to your deck.
you know,
Papaya.
because
Monica.
I could
Options.
run it. That's the safe
Shocker.
way to go.
Options bar.
I'm
Shocker.
going to
Player info.
instead
Shocker.
go
Health
for
8. Player info.
papaya.
Left. Your hand. Wait. Bottom bar. Your hand. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle. Total fish 4. Button. Double tap to select.
Oh, I got Upsurge. All right, Upsurge. Okay, so Upsurge is a secret card that only occurs when you think you're getting something like a papaya or a coin. You'll get Upsurge, because if you have fish in your hand, if you're running any fish cards, Upsurge is coming to you. It's a special secret card that only appears, and you can't select Upsurge. Upsurge disguises itself
Bottom bar.
as
Your
other
hand.
cards.
Upsurge.
And
Mana
when
cost
you
2.
get
Action.
it,
Deal 2 damage for every fish
it's
you
a
have played
great
this battle.
card. It
Total
can
fish
be a
4.
great card. It just
Button.
depends, you know?
Double tap to
so,
select.
So it tells you how many fish. It's gonna do 2 damage for every fish. So I played 4, I'll do 8 damage with this card. Only problem is it's not very much better than all the other cards that burn. You know, there's tons of burn cards, and I don't need Upsurge. But again, I
Player info.
chose
Shocker.
Papaya,
Options bar.
and that's why
Shocker.
it gave me
Attack 0.
Upsurge.
This enemy
I do believe it
12.
only gives you one
Player
upsurge
info.
game,
Left
so
your
that's
hand.
okay.
Wait,
We'll use
mana cost,
upsurge.
bottom bar. Your hand. Upsurge. Not enough mana.
I think we can kill it with this. Let's see.
Bottom bar. Options bar.
No, we don't have enough
Player
mana.
info.
We'll kill
Your hand.
him next
Wait,
turn.
bottom bar. End turn.
But the
Draw
problem
card.
is it's a
Disable.
2-mana cost
Your hand.
card,
Wait,
which I don't
mana cost
appreciate.
0. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand. Apple. Mana cost 0. Fish. Mana cost. Fish. Mana cost 0. Button. Fish. Apple. Mana. Wait. Mana cost 0.
I could use
Action. Deal 4
wave.
damage for each fish in your hand. Select a target. Target shocker. Health 8/12. Apple. Shocker defeated. Fish. Mana cost 0. Bottom bar. Exit level. Button.
Let's
Double
use
tap to
wave.
select. Bottom bar. Draw a card. End turn. Your
get
hand.
rid of shocker.
Upsurge. Mana cost. Bottom bar. End turn.
Might as well
Draw
get
card.
rid of shocker.
Disabled. End turn.
Okay, we're out.
Escape.
We made it.
Next. Map screen. Location mid underscore boss. Floor 5. Disabled.
And we're done. We made
Double
it.
tap
Let's
to
go.
select.
We did good. So there's really not much else I can teach you about a fish deck other than those are some of the guiding principles of a fish deck. It's a thinking deck. It's a take your time deck. And yes, you're going to lose a lot till you understand how to manage your cards. Really, pro tip number 5 is moderation in every card. It's okay to go a little heavy on wave, but if you get too many waves, again, your deck can be a little slow. But if you get too little waves, your deck's not going to have the firepower. It's a fine balance between burning the enemy and using your live weapons. So if you get confused, having a live weapon can minimize that risk. So again, you got to have both weapons and burn cards. We'll play a little bit longer and then we're going to
Options
wrap
bar.
it up.
Coins 32.
Again, I mean, I could continue to play a little bit longer,
Coins 32.
but you pretty
Map
much
screen.
get the gist of
Location
this
battle.
STG.
Floor 2. Disabled. Location shop. Floor 2.
Let's see how
Disabled.
far I get,
Location battle.
and then we'll
Floor
just
3.
wrap it up.
Disabled. Location event. Floor 4. Location altar. Floor 4. Button. Double tap to select. Location event. Location altar.
Okay,
Floor
we're
4.
going to go for the altar.
Place a weapon upon the altar to
We're
receive an
gonna go
upgrade.
for the
Place
altar
10 coins
because
to
I'd
upgrade.
like to
Titan.
reduce
Mana
the
cost
cost
1. Weapon.
of
Good
our
rod.
Titan.
Mana cost 1. Options bar. Good rod. Titan. Mana cost 1. Weapon. Attack. Durability upgraded.
Oh, our
Options bar.
Titan is
Lead.
1 cost, so that
Lead.
stone did some work.
Titan.
Stone
Mana
is,
cost 1.
I
Weapon.
love
Attack.
stone. It's
6.
my
Durability.
favorite card.
4.
One of my
Unequip. Add 2 fish
favorite
to your deck.
trinkets
Options bar.
to get.
Titan. Mana cost 1. Weapon. Attack. 6. Durability. 4. Unequip. Add 2 fish to your deck.
Oh,
Options bar. Lead.
Oh, it raised.
Map
What
screen.
did it do?
Location mid underscore boss. Floor 5. Button. Double tap to select.
Okay, it increased its durability. That's fine. That's
Location.
fine.
Location mid underscore boss. Floor 5.
Okay, we're going to definitely
Button.
finish off. We're going
Double
to
tap
fight
to
the
select.
boss, see if we can beat him, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Options bar. Up. Griffin appears. Your turn. Options.
Let's see who we get.
Button.
My guess
Double
it's
tap to
going to
select.
be a gargoyle or a griffin. Of course. Griffin is one of our banes. We don't have a lot of
Option,
defense,
option.
so
Griffin, attack
a
2.
Griffin is
This
going to
attack,
be
health
really
55/55.
dangerous for a fish deck unless you're running like those cards I spoke of earlier. Let's see if we can beat him.
Player info. Left your hand. Good rod. Mana cost 1. Weapon. Attack.
He's got 55
3.
health.
2.
Okay,
When you
he's
attack.
the
Drop
boss
mana.
of the
Mana
second
cost 0.
ladder.
Food. Good
Maybe
rod.
I can
Mana
get him.
cost bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Good rod. Fire.
Oh,
Mana
no.
upsurge. Mana cost
That's
2.
not
Action.
what I was
Deal 2
looking
damage for
for.
every ripple. Mana cost 1.
take
Action.
our
Draw
banana.
any fish that are in your deck. Button. Double bottom bar. End turn. Button. Your hand. Good rod. Mana cost 1. Select a target. Equip
All
rod.
these cards, this is the worst
Fire.
draw.
Mana cost 1.
yet.
Action. Heat. Bottom bar. End turn.
This is a
Draw card.
terrible draw.
End
Let's
turn.
put Good
Your
Rod
hand.
on.
Rich. Mana cost 4. Action. Deal 8 damage.
We'll just get
Bottom
Good
bar.
Rod out of
End
our
Draw
hand.
card. End turn. Your hand.
This is a
Swell.
terrible
Mana cost
first
3.
draw.
Action. Deal 8 damage and add 2 fish to your deck. Button. Double tap to select. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw card.
All right, well, we got Swell,
End turn.
but I
Your
might
hand.
want to
Fire.
save.
Mana cost 1.
I might
Action.
want to save
Select a target.
Swell
Target
for any
Griffin.
of its
Health 55
consorts.
fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw card.
Got Pyre.
End turn. Your hand. Wait. Mana cost
I'm
1.
just gonna hit
Action.
him with
Deal
that.
4 damage for
Try
each
to
fish in your
flip
hand.
my Pyros over to chill.
Double tap to select.
All right, we got everything we need but a Titan to get fish, so I'm just getting ready for the first person that it calls up. So, and we'll use our Good Rod. So we're going to be able to draw
Bottom bar.
fish. That's
Enter.
not our problem right now.
Button.
The
Draw
problem is we got Good Rod instead of
Enter.
Titan.
Your hand.
So
Fire.
that's
Mana cost
where
1.
Good
Not enough
Rod
mana.
can get in the way. We got another draw.
Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disable.
Okay,
End
we
turn.
got
Enemy
we
turn.
got everything but our Titan.
Griffin
That
deals 2
means the
damage to you.
Titan's on the
Pop,
bottom
stump
of the
appears.
deck,
Your
folks.
turn.
So
Root
here
for
we
your
go.
demise. For the forest hungers. Player info. Griffin. Stomp. Attack 1. This enemy's attack will increase by +2 each turn.
All right, we got a stump. Let's see what kind of stump it is.
Griffin. Attack 1. Player info. Left your hand.
Oh, that's
Fire.
not good.
Bottom bar. End
When the
your
stump
hand.
keeps
Fire.
going up in
Mana-
attack,
mana
you
cost
gotta
1.
kill it.
Action.
Okay, so
Deal 4
let's
damage
get
for each
rid of
fish in
that
your hand.
stump right
Swell.
away.
Mana cost 3. Action. Deal 8 damage and add 2 fish to your deck. Select a target. Target stomp. Health 6/6. Fire. Stump defeated. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage. Button. Double
Kill
tap
that
to select.
stump. Okay,
Player info.
now
Left,
that
right weapon.
we
Good roll.
have
Weapon. Attack.
2
3.
fish in our
Durability.
deck,
2. Select a target.
now that we have
Target
2
Griffin.
fish in
Health
our deck,
53/50.
let's start
Right weapon.
drawing
Good rod.
those fish.
Your hand.
Okay.
Fire. Bottom bar. End your hand. Fish. Mana cost. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand. Ridge. Mana cost 4. Action.
Okay.
Deal 8 damage. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action. Draw any fish that are in your deck. Button. Double tap to select. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle. Fire. Mana cost 1.
I'm not
Action.
gonna use
Heat.
Ripple
Select
yet.
a target.
I'm not
Target
gonna use
Griffin.
Ripple
Health
yet. I'm gonna wait
50/50.
till I get a
Upsurge.
Titan.
Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle. Total fish 0. Ridge. Mana cost 4. Action. Ripple. Mana cost. Player info. Left weapon. Nothing equip. Your hand. Upsurge. Mana
Trying to
cost
get
2.
my,
Ripple. Mana cost 1. Ridge.
high
Mana
rolls
cost
over
4.
to chill.
Wait. Mana cost 1. Fire. Mana cost. Select a target. Target Griffin. Health 48/ Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Bottom bar. End your hand. Fish. Mana cost 0. Action. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disabled. Button. Double tap to select. Loop back. Loop back.
Let's try another. Okay, we're
Double tap to select.
again. We have all the fixings, but no food. Let's see what's our loot bag. Again, this is what you got to be prepared for. Conjury doesn't give you a great draw every time, so let's see what's in it.
Loop bag. Button. Double tap to
What?
select. Loot bag. Add to your deck.
Anyway, clack.
Sharpen. Mana cost 2.
Sound like a
Action.
fart.
Give the weapon +3 attack. Button. Double tap to select.
Let's get our loot bag.
Alter. Mana cost 1. Action. Snap. Mana cost 1. Action. Block 1 damage and draw a card.
I don't run sharpen in
Button.
a fish deck. It's
Double
just
tap to
too
select.
slow.
Draw a card. Options. Griffin. Player info. Your hand. Bottom bar.
I don't
Enter
run
your hand.
snap.
Wait. Mana cost
It's
1.
just not
Action.
good.
Deal 4
It's
damage
a
for each fish in your hand.
terrible
Button. Double tap to select. Player info. Left weapon. Nothing. Your hand. Upsurge. Mana cost. Ripple. Mana cost 1.
All right,
Ridge.
we got
Mana cost
2
4.
waves,
Wait.
so we
Mana
can
cost
do
1.
some
Fish. Mana
massive
cost 0.
burn
Wait.
damage.
Mana cost 1. Bottom bar. End turn. Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Upsurge. Player info. Left. Right weapon. Good rod. Weapon. Attack. 3. Durability. 1. When you attack.
We're
draw a fish
really
from your
getting
deck if there's
close to
1.
our maximum hands.
Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Upsurge. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Disabled. Button.
I'm worried
tap to
about
select.
playing this and making my hand full.
Your hand. Player info. Griffin. Options bar. Option. Griffin. Attack 1.
All right, let's just
Player info. Left weapon. Nothing. Right weapon. Health
let's just
8/10.
hope it doesn't kill us. So how much damage is he gonna do?
Griffin. Options bar. Options.
He's gonna do
Griffin.
1 damage,
Player
that's
info.
not-
Your hand. Upsurge. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card.
We
Disabled.
only got
End
8
turn.
health, so
Enemy
we got to
turn.
be really careful.
Griffin gives allies a shield. Shroom appears. Your turn. Mushroom magic meets mayhem.
Center turn.
Player info. Shroom. Griffin. Options bar. Options.
Oh, good. He was shielding.
Button.
All
Double
right,
tap
we
to
got
select.
another mushroom.
Griffin.
I'm sure it's
Attack
an
3.
attack
Shroom.
building
Attack 3.
mushroom.
This attack will poison you.
Kind of reminds
Player
me of
info.
the Path
Your
of
hand.
Adventure
Bottom bar.
Warrior.
Enter. Your hand.
You know?
Fire. Mana cost 1. Action. Heat. Deal 2 damage. Freeze. Block 2 damage. Wait.
Okay, he's
Mana
gonna
cost
try to
1.
poison
Action.
us,
Deal
okay.
4 damage for each fish in your hand. Fish. Mana cost. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish. Wait. Fire. Mana cost. Select a target. Target Griffin. Health 46/55. Upsurge.
Okay.
Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played. Bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. End turn. Your hand. Fire. Mana cost 1. Action.
Let's hit the
Select a
Griffin.
target. Target Griffin. Attack 3.
Almost got our ice up.
Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for bottom bar.
card.
Enter your hand. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action.
Oh,
Deal
man.
fish. Mana cost 0. Wait. Mana cost 1. Act ridge. Mana cost 4.
Okay,
Action.
now we're in
Ripple.
chill.
Mana cost 1. Act bottom bar. End turn. Draw a card. Button. Double tap to select. Your hand. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every
Boy,
fish
we're
you have
not
played this
getting
battle. Bottom
cards
bar.
we're looking
End
for.
turn. Your
Let's
hand.
go
Player info.
for-
Left weapon. Nothing equipped. Right weapon. Good rod. Weapon.
Let's-
Select a target.
we're gonna have
Target
to
Griffin.
draw
Health
fish.
42. Target shroom. Health 4/6. Target Griffin.
I gotta
Health
say, good rod's
42/55.
coming through here.
Right weapon.
Good rod's
Nothing
gonna help
your
us.
hand. Bottom bar. Your hand. Fish. Mana cost 0. Action. Does
Let's
nothing.
hit
Wait.
the-
Mana cost 1. Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your.
Let's hit
Select
the
a target.
griffin.
Target griffin. Health 39 slash. Target shroom. Health 4 slash 6. Upsurge.
All right, we got
Shroom
another
defeated.
fish,
Upsurge.
so-
Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage. Bottom bar. Loot bag. Add to your deck.
Let's kill that shroom.
Blaze. Mana cost 2. Action. Desire.
Good
Mana
rod
cost 2.
actually helped
Snap.
us.
Mana cost 1. Action. Block 1 damage and draw a card.
Let's see what we got in the loot bag.
Double tap to select. Desire. Mana cost. Snap. Mana cost 1. Draw a card.
Nothing.
Options. Griffin. Player info.
Yeah,
Your hand.
nothing
Bottom bar.
good.
Enter your hand. Fire. Mana cost
we'll
1.
just draw a
Action.
card.
Heat. Deal 2 damage. Select a target. Target Griffin. Attack 1. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played. Player info.
Okay,
Griffin. Options
another
bar.
pyre.
Griffin. Attack 0. Player info. Left weapon. Right weapon.
Let's
Health 8
block
slash 10.
that griffin damage.
Freeze 2. Mana 0 slash 5. Your hand. Bottom bar. Options bar. Griffin. Player info. Your hand. Bottom bar. Options bar.
Okay,
Griffin.
we're still
Player
going
info.
good.
Left your hand. Upsurge. Bottom bar. End turn.
All right,
Draw
we're doing
card.
all right.
Disable. End turn. Enemy turn. Upsurge. Knight appears. Your turn.
End our turn. Oh god, we got a knight now.
Bottom
He's
bar.
going to try to
Enter. Your
remove
hand.
all our
Titan.
cards.
Mana cost 1. Weapon.
And sometimes,
Attack.
some
6.
decks, the
Durability.
knight's not
4.
a big
Select a
problem,
target.
but in
Equip
this
left.
deck, we don't want to lose our
Upsurge. Mana
components
cost 2.
here.
Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played. Bottom bar. End turn.
Oh,
your hand.
finally, we got
Upsurge.
the
Mana cost
Titan.
2. Action. Ripple. Mana cost 1.
Let's put our
Action.
Titan
Draw any fish that are in your
on.
deck. Upsurge.
Now we got
Mana cost
2
2.
fish in
Action.
our
Deal
deck.
2 damage. Bottom bar. Enter your hand. Fish. Mana. Fish. Mana cost. Fish. Mana cost 0. Button. Fish. Mana cost
Let's
0.
draw our
Action.
fish.
Does nothing. Wait. Mana cost 1.
All right.
Action. Deal 4 damage for each fish in your hand.
Fish.
Double tap to
3
select.
fish. 4
Mana
fish.
cost. Player info. Griffin. Attack 3. Knight. Attack 2.
This will
Health 6 slash 6.
do 16 damage. So let's go. Let's see how much.
Griffin.
I didn't see how
Attack
much
3.
damage the
Player
knight
info.
has.
Your hand. Upsurge. Mana cost 2.
Okay, we could kill
Mana
the
cost
knight
4.
with
Action.
our
Deal 8 damage.
Titan,
Cost 1
and
less
we
for
can
each fish you have
do
played.
direct
Upsurge.
damage to the
Ridge.
griffin.
Mana cost. Wait. Mana cost 1. Action. Select a target. Target knight. Health 6 slash. Target griffin. Health 39 slash. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle. Total. Player info. Left web. Griffin. Knight. Options bar. Knight. Attack. Griffin. Attack 3. This attack. Health 23 slash
All
55.
right,
Player
16
info.
damage
Left
to that
weapon. Titan.
griffin.
Your hand. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage. Player info. Left weapon. Titan. Weapon. Attack. Select a target. Target knight.
Yeah, that
Health
was
6 slash
sweet.
left weapon. Knight defeated. Your hand. Bottom bar. Loot bag. Button. Double tap to select. Bottom bar. Loot bag.
kill that
Add
knight.
to your deck. First. Mana
Let's
cost
get
4.
that loot
Destitute.
bag.
Mana cost 1. Ripple. Mana cost 1. Action. Draw any fish that are in your deck. Draw a card.
We got in the loot bag
Button.
here. What's
Options.
good in here?
Griffin. Attack 3. Player info. Your hand. Upsurge. Bottom bar. Enter. Your hand. Ridge.
No.
Mana cost 4.
Nothing
Action.
good.
Deal 8 damage. Cost 1 less for each fish you have
We got
played
to
this
draw
battle.
though.
Button. Double tap to select.
All right, got another ridge. So we
Bottom bar.
can
Enter.
play. We can.
Button.
We can
Double tap to select.
basically fry our fish, and we'll have 16 damage right there.
Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost 4. Action. Deal 8 damage. A fish. Mana cost
We
0.
actually
Fish.
would have been
Mana
1
cost fish.
point with
Mana
him
cost
killing the
fish.
boss.
Mana cost
Actually, we
ridge.
had played
Mana cost 4.
played this a
Action.
little better.
Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle. Total fish 0. Button. Double tap to select. Bottom bar.
Actually,
Enter.
we got
Your
him
hand.
beat.
Player info.
We got him beat.
Health 8. Freeze 2.
Yeah, we got
Mana
him
2
beat
slash 5.
because we have outsurge. I don't know if we have enough mana. Yep, we got him beat, folks, because I'm going to teach you pro tip number 6, the super fish combo. Because we have 4 fish in our hand, therefore I'm sounding like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so we have 4 fish. We'll mash fry our fish. We'll activate our rich cards, and then upsurge will finish them off because it's based on how many fish we played.
Your hand. Upsurge.
We'll get
Mana
2 damage for
Mana
each
cost
fish
4.
played.
Action. Fish.
4
Mana
times
cost
2
upsurge.
is
Mana
8.
ridge. Mana
The
cost
boss
3.
is
Fish.
dead.
Mana
Let's
cost
do it.
upsurge.
Here
Mana
we
cost
go.
ridge. Mana cost fish. Mana cost upsurge. Mana cost 2. Ridge. Mana cost fish. Mana cost upsurge. Mana cost 2. Bottom bar. End turn. Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost 0. Action. Select a target. Target griffin. Health 23/55. Upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage. Bottom bar. End. Your hand. Ridge. Mana cost. Select a target. Target griffin. Health 15/upsurge. Mana cost 2. Action. Bottom bar. End turn.
There's
Your
1.
hand.
8
Upsurge.
damage.
Mana cost 2. Action. Deal 2 damage for every fish you have played this battle.
Here's another
Total
8
fish 4.
damage.
Select a target. Target griffin. Health 7/55. But options. Griffin defeated. Options. Chest appears.
And this should kill him.
Plus 20 coins. Plus 2 gems. Living bowl.
Oh, goodbye, Griffin. And that's how you do it. And we got a lousy card. We didn't get anything. What would I have rather had? I'd rather have anything that gives me 5 health back. But yes, we won. This was the second boss on the ladder. Maybe I'll come back and do part 2 of the fish deck and see if we can continue to go through. Maybe we could even beat Platinum on Quill. As you know, when I lost my phone, I lost all my saves. There isn't any cloud save on Conjury, so I do hope the developer does add a cloud save so that you don't lose all your progress if you switch devices. But yeah, there isn't any paywall or anything, so there isn't anything that you can buy. So it doesn't. There's nothing to restore. There's no purchases to restore or anything. So it's just your good old-fashioned American game, good indie game. It's a good indie game. Not a lot of frills, but then that's what makes it affordable and fun. So, you know, but yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us. We got a good card. I'll come back for part 2. We'll finish more. We'll see how much farther we can get with our fishy deck. Because I'm sure you're eager to know if I'm going to beat the entire Quill on Platinum with the fish deck. As you can see, it's fast, it's powerful, it's got fantastic combos. Again, I really appreciate it. It's really fun. But thank you very much for joining me today on Conjury STD Thursdays. Every Thursday, a new Conjury deck, a new ideal, or a sequel to an ideal we're already trying, or a playthrough, or a good old-fashioned strategy tutorial guide, which I call an STG, where you can really learn how to play the game. Again, the game is Conjury. The developer's name is Dean Coulter. Give the Maestro a nice 5 stars in the App Store. Buy the game. That helps really support small indie developers. They really do more than you can imagine. They are really awesome, and they really support the blind and visually impaired community, as well as the entire visually diverse and sighted groups, everyone in the world. Developers like Dean Coulter really bring entertainment to all of our lives and happiness. And I very much wish I could play some more Conjury. I do have some things I need to get done today, but I got to go. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.